Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Top 5s, the only weekly Top 5 show in snowboarding that you're currently watching. Anyways, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the top 5 carving boards for 2021-2022. That's right, we're going to take a look at those mainstream boards from those mainstream brands that actually rip a hard carve on groomers. None of this weird bullshit, $1,000 custom-made setups that you have to ride ski boots in order to use. Nope. We're not talking about anything that requires you to use ski boots because this isn't a monoski list, it's a snowboard list. And the only reason I say this is because there's a bunch of marginalized middle-aged white dudes that are really butthurt that I keep picking on hard booting. Get over yourselves. If you can't take a joke, you must suck. Number 5. The Korua Cafe Racer. The camber dominance of this board cannot be understated with how you actually drive this board. I actually own one. That's my personal one right over there. If you want to go rip really hard and aggressive turns on a groomer, this is actually the board from the Karua lineup in my mind that really stands out. This is the one for hauling ass and laying trenches. Sure, they have other boards that can still do the same thing, or they kind of sit in the same category, but this is the one for going out, ripping that turn, feeling that power as you exit it, and just going on your way. Number 4, the Yes Optimistic. Now this is one of the only real true volume shifted boards, but it's stiff enough for just railing turns. Like most people would look at it and go, oh, this is a party board. Totally not. This is your hard charging, laying trenches, busting through chunder, and just getting on your way. When you're on edge, you notice that it steers right underfoot. You can just feel all that technology that Yes uses in their side cut to grip. And then when you center flex the board back out through the tail, you get that oomph that you want. What's nice is you can downsize on this board, and that makes it easier to manipulate when you're in a turn. But if you're one of those guys that's like, well, I'm not gonna drastically downsize, and you go to like slightly smaller than what you would normally ride, you still get those added benefits. This board just feels locked in and you just can drive it. Number 3, the Jones Ultra Mind Expander. You want to get your mind expanded? Hop on this thing and go as fast as you can. Slam it into a toe side turn, then transition it right over into a heel side turn and put your weight from the center of the board back through the tail. You're gonna understand why this thing destroys it on edge. Now I know some people are like, what? The Ultra Mind Expander? That's a powder board. Yeah, bullshit. This thing's a carving board. It's a slalom board. That's what it is. You're going into a bank slalom contest, you want this deck. That's how aggressive it is. It holds, it stays locked in. You can just feel that power underfoot, especially because it's full camber. Number 2, the Nitro Highlander, because there can be only one. Anyways, here's the thing that's going on with this board. You got a ripping ass side cut that just stays locked in. It feels very similar to the Super Team, which is a board that I love from them, but you get more dampening in it because of the anti-phase technology. It just does such a good job of dissipating chatter and pushing through everything in its path. And when you're on edge, it's just got this smooth precision that allows you to just stay locked in, transition from toe to heel how you want, and keep on going. It picks up speed outside of the turn. So when you're leaving it, all that power that you put into the camber profile is pushing through the tail and just letting you shoot out of that turn. You feel so locked in. You feel it smooth. It is like driving a Lamborghini. Honorable mentions, all great options, but just barely didn't make it on this list. The Battalion Carver. Normally on this list, we kind of pushed it back off because there were some new contenders in there. But overall, this board's great for even having 3BT and keeping those contact points elevated, just the flex of this board. The best way to describe it is a beer league border cross deck. The K2 Alchemist. I know, you're like, wait, shouldn't this be on the list? It should. But it got an honorable mention because there are better ones on it. When you're on edge with this board, there's something that you notice with K2 boards, and this has it. It's got a smooth, consistent flex. It does its job with that space glass in the nose, dissipating any of those vibrations when you're entering the turn so that you get a more smooth ride underfoot, which allows you to put more power into that camber profile and drive it back out. And the Salomon Super 8, Josh Dirksen's board of choice. You want to go to a bank slalom contest? Here you go. This is the board. This is what it's truthfully designed for. It's got a very easy edge-to-edge transmission. It's probably actually the softest one on this whole list of 8 boards, counting the honorable mentions. So if you're like looking for something that isn't super demanding, this is a great option. Anyways, like I said, all great boards, but just barely didn't make it on this list. And the number 1 carving board for 2021-2022 is the Amplid Pentaquark. Seriously, if you haven't seen the review, and I know a lot of you haven't because I've looked at the view count on it, you need to go check it out. This board slices and dices on edge. It's got power. It's got ultimate dampening because of the anti-phase technology in it. This is a board that just wants to turn at all times, whether you're doing short, tight, quick, mellow ones or long, hard, deep, drawn-out Euro carves. It handles it all. It's just that unique of a ride. And that's the thing about Amplid boards. When you get on them, you start to realize that there is a uniqueness to them, that they are very different in how they ride. This thing is a friggin' Ferrari F40. This thing rails turns. You can feel it. That power in and out is just there. This isn't a board for someone that's like, oh, I can skid a turn, I guess I'm carving. No, this is for someone that's like, I leave pencil thin lines everywhere. And that's it. Don't sleep on this board. I know it's harder to find in North America, so reach out to the Splitboard shop in Utah because they're the distributor. And if you're over in Europe, they're a European company. Don't sleep on Amplid. They're that good. This has been my top 5 carving boards for 2021-2022. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did I forget one on this list? I know you marginalized hard booters are going to talk about some bullshit board that none of us even give a fuck about, so leave your angry comments down in the comments section below. For the rest of you guys, let's talk about some really ripping resort carvers that are awesome. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to help us expand and you want to help support us so that we can do more projects, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and well, I'll see you in another video.